Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just called Social Security, and what I heard shocked me. It wasn't just your average automated message, the kind you've heard 100 times before. This was something different, something unexpected, and frankly, something that every American, especially seniors and those relying on Social Security benefits, needs to hear about right now. If you've ever tried calling the Social Security Administration yourself, you know what to expect. A long wait. A loop of automated prompts. A generic message about high call volume. But this time was different. What I heard confirmed that something bigger may be happening behind the scenes. Before I tell you exactly what that message said and why it matters so much, let me quickly welcome you. If this is your first time here, this channel is your trusted place for the truth behind Social Security, Medicare, retirement updates, and the kind of financial information you won't always find in the mainstream. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell, because I bring you real stories that matter, and today's is especially urgent. So here's how it all went down. I called the Social Security Administration earlier this week, not for personal reasons, but because I'd been hearing reports from viewers, subscribers, and across the internet that strange messages were being played on the SSA phone line. People were saying that the administration was overwhelmed, that applications were getting delayed, that something felt off. Naturally, I wanted to see if these rumors had any truth to them. So I dialed the official SSA number, the one you can find right on their government website. I navigated the usual menu. Press 1 for English, press 2 if you're calling about retirement benefits, and so on. Then I waited. A few rings, some hold music, and then a voice. But not the kind of message you expect. This was a new message. The voice said, "Due to an unusually high volume of calls, we are experiencing significant delays in processing claims and inquiries. Some benefits may be temporarily affected. We apologize for the inconvenience." Let me pause here for a moment. That might sound like a minor thing. Just a routine message, right? But here's the problem. That's not the usual message. That's not the one that's been playing for years. This is new. And it's a sign of something serious going on inside the agency that's supposed to support more than 70 million Americans. Now, I don't want to be an alarmist, but this isn't something we can ignore. The Social Security Administration is currently under a level of strain it hasn't seen in decades. And this message, this little warning played quietly on the phone lines, is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's zoom out for a moment. Over the past year, the Social Security Administration has been facing mounting pressure. It's been called a perfect storm by analysts, and for good reason. On one hand, we have more baby boomers retiring than ever before, submitting their applications, scheduling interviews, and requesting payments. On the other hand, the SSA is dealing with an outdated system, a shrinking staff, and a budget that hasn't kept up with demand. In fact, their funding levels are lower than they were 10 years ago, despite serving millions more people. The result? Delays, glitches, errors, confusion. And now, pre-recorded messages warning of possible benefit disruptions. That's what I heard when I called. And I'm not the only one. Let me introduce you to Maria. She lives in Orlando, Florida. She's 68 years old, retired after working 3 decades in the hospitality industry. Back in January, she submitted her application for Social Security retirement benefits. She'd done everything right, filed early, submitted all her documents, followed the instructions. She was told that she could expect her first payment by March. But March came and went. Then April arrived. Still no check. No direct deposit. No letter. Just radio silence. She called the SSA, waited on hold for more than an hour, and finally heard the exact same message I did. Due to high call volume and delays, benefits may be affected. When she finally got through to a live representative, she was told that her claim was still pending review. The agent admitted that there was a backlog of over 500,000 applications. That's 500,000 Americans stuck in limbo, like Maria, unsure when their money is coming. And let me remind you, for seniors on fixed incomes, this isn't just frustrating. It's devastating. Rent is still due. Utility bills don't wait. Prescription refills cost money. Stories like Maria's are becoming more common. And unfortunately, the situation is getting worse before it gets better. Part of the problem lies in the SS's technology, or rather, the lack of modern technology. Many of the systems still used by the agency were built in the 1970s and 1980s. These legacy systems are supposed to process millions of applications and track benefits, earnings histories, disability statuses, and more. But they weren't built to handle the sheer volume of users in 2025. Just last month, the My Social Security portal suffered multiple outages. People couldn't log in. Some saw inaccurate payment information. A few even reported being locked out of their accounts altogether. When you combine technical failures with staffing shortages and budget constraints, it becomes a recipe for disaster. The message I heard on the line wasn't just a fluke. It was a reflection of a system under extreme pressure. And behind that message is a real possibility. Delays in processing, delays in payments, and even incorrect benefit amounts being sent out. Now here's where things get even more concerning. I recently spoke with a former claims specialist who used to work inside the SSA. He told me, under condition of anonymity, that the agency is operating in survival mode. There's simply not enough staff to handle the wave of incoming claims, especially for retirement and disability benefits. He said internal memos have been circulating that direct workers to prioritize urgent disability claims over retirement applications. That means that if you're applying for regular retirement benefits, your case might be sitting untouched for weeks or even months. He also confirmed that internal error rates are rising. Mistakes on benefit calculations, missed deadlines for correspondence, and even misrouted checks are happening more frequently. Staff morale, he said, is the lowest he's ever seen. Many employees are quitting. Others are burning out. The agency is running on fumes. Meanwhile, back in Washington, there's still no agreement on how to fix the underlying crisis. Several proposals have been introduced to reform Social Security. Some lawmakers are suggesting raising the payroll tax cap to bring in more revenue. Others are floating ideas about gradually increasing the full retirement age. A few have even talked about means testing benefits for higher earners. But here's the reality. None of these proposals have gained serious traction. Political gridlock continues. And while the debate drags on, the trust fund is inching closer to depletion. According to the latest projections, the Social Security Trust Fund will be insolvent by 2033, at which point automatic benefit cuts of up to 20% could kick in, unless Congress acts. So what we're seeing now, these phone messages, these delays, these technical failures, they might not just be a temporary issue. They might be early warning signs of a system that's starting to buckle under the weight of inaction. So where does that leave you? What can you do to protect yourself from getting caught in this growing mess? First and foremost, make sure all your information with the SSA is correct. Log into your My Social Security account if the system is working, and double-check your name, address, direct deposit info, and estimated benefits. Even small errors can delay payments. If you're approaching retirement, file early. Don't wait until the last minute. Submit your application at least 90 days before your planned retirement date. That gives the agency more time to process your claim, and more time for you to correct any issues that arise. If you can't get through by phone, consider using SS as online messaging system. It's not perfect, but some people report getting responses within a week or two. Also, don't underestimate the power of your local congressional office. Every representative and senator has staff who can help constituents deal with federal agencies. They might be able to escalate your case. And lastly, consider joining advocacy groups like the National Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicare. These groups are actively lobbying for better funding, modern technology upgrades, and policy reforms. The more voices they have, the stronger their influence. Let me say this clearly. Social Security is not a handout. It's not a gift. It's your money. You paid into this system for decades through your hard-earned wages. It was supposed to be there when you retired, to provide stability, dignity, and peace of mind. The fact that people like Maria are waiting months for payments, that the SSA is playing vague warning messages, that technical failures are locking people out of their accounts. All of this is unacceptable. And if we don't shine a light on it now, the problem will only grow. I hope this video not only informs you, but also encourages you to take action, even if that action is as simple as checking your SSA account today. Because when enough of us speak up, change becomes possible. If you've had a similar experience, maybe you've heard that same message I did when you called Social Security, drop a comment below. Let's share these stories. Let's help each other navigate what's clearly becoming a very shaky system. Make sure to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for future updates. We've got a lot more coming, and you won't want to miss it. Until next time, stay informed, stay strong, and take care of each other.